In this video, we're going to discuss what does it mean to reconcile shipments and how to reconcile FBA shipments. When you log into SoStocked, if you're on your forecast page, you might see this red warning up here that says you may have inventory that is being double counted. So the term reconciling shipments simply means to connect this FBA shipment with this purchase order so that SoStocked knows this is the same inventory and we're not going to count it twice. So the forecasts are basically taking all of your adjusted velocity, which are these numbers here, all the inventory that you have at every various stage of production to transferring to checking in an FBA to already at FBA to figure out how many days do you have left until you stock out. As of right now, you still have to go to Amazon Seller Central to create your FBA shipments as you've been doing. When you're selling on Amazon, you go to Amazon Seller Central, you create your shipping plan, you create your FBA shipment, and you send your shipping labels to either your supplier or your warehouse manager or to whoever labels the cartons and sends them ultimately into Amazon FBA. So that part of the process is still done manually until we're able to program that into SoStocked. Every time you create an FBA shipment, it's going to show up inside of SoStocked the next time we do our Amazon API data pull. Now currently we're doing 2 data pulls per day. So if I were to go to Amazon right now and create an FBA shipment, it's going to show up in SoStocked as, hey, we found this FBA shipment. If I click this red button, it's going to take me to my orders page. So the simplest way to explain what reconciling is very simply, here is a purchase order that I produced in SoStocked for 36 units of this lampshade that I'm sending direct to Amazon, as you can see right here. It's going from my supplier direct to Amazon. We expect it to arrive at Amazon sometime around July 24th. Now, I also went into Seller Central and I created an FBA shipment for those lampshades, which is right here. Now, SoStocked doesn't know that these two are connected yet. So the term reconciling shipments simply means to connect this FBA shipment with this purchase order so that SoStocked knows this is the same inventory and we're not going to count it twice. If this was coming from a warehouse, we would also want to deduct this inventory from a warehouse, put it on some kind of a timeline so that we know we should expect it to arrive at Amazon at the same time as this PO. It's all connected. When SoStocked finds your new FBA shipments that you've created inside of Seller Central, they will show up right here in the Reconcile Shipments column. You can also go up here to FBA Shipments, and that'll open up a page like this, and then I can click this Reconcile tab. It will filter everything out except for the FBA shipments that I need to reconcile. So here's the simple process of reconciling a shipment like this. You're just going to click on this shipment. It's going to give us some options. The first question is, did this come from your warehouse, a prep center, or a supplier directly? And you have to choose which one did it. You also have this option of none. Let's just do a one-time reconcile. If it's coming from a supplier, then I can choose which supplier it's coming from. I can choose, is it going to FBA, yes or no? So in this case, all of it is going to FBA. Is there an order you've already created in SoStocked? In this case, yes, because I did create that lampshades purchase order and I can choose it right here. Click that, confirm reconcile, and I'm done. The other scenario is that you're creating this FBA shipment in SoStocked because you created it on Amazon, but you have not created a purchase order or a work order yet. You can actually create the PO or work order right here, and it's very, very fast. You choose supplier, warehouse, obviously choose the vendor. Yes, it's going to FBA. No, there is not already a purchase order or work order connected to this, and you're just going to create a new PO right here, and you can give it a PO number, choose your lead time, decide if it's the total number of units going in, and then confirm reconciliation. So that's the other option here. And of course, the third option is this one-time reconcile, where it will not create a work order or a PO. You just click that button, and you can just send it directly into FBA without creating a PO or work order, bypass SoStock's purchase order work order system, and it'll just put it on that arbitrary timeline into FBA and count it as incoming. So that's basically what reconciling a shipment means. It means to match up an FBA shipment with a purchase order or a work order so that we know where the inventory is coming from, whether it's a warehouse, a prep center, or a supplier, to match up that inventory in SoStock, and also to deduct it, if appropriate, from your warehouse if you're deducting inventory. And lastly, to put it on the correct timeline. So there's a couple different ways that you can reconcile a shipment. The first way is from this order tracker page. You can click on a shipment. The other way that you can do it, if you click up here on the FBA Shipments page, you can go to Reconcile, and it'll actually filter out all of your FBA shipments except the ones that need to be reconciled. And you can just go here and click Reconcile, and it'll go through that same step-by-step process as before. Lastly, you can do something called a one-time bulk reconcile where you can check all of them. And sometimes we have clients that have hundreds of FBA shipments that need to be reconciled, and they're simply not going to go through this process one at a time. Go up here to Bulk Actions, click Reconcile One-Time Shipments, and then just go through this process. Do I want to deduct this inventory from a warehouse? It's either yes or no. If I choose yes, I have to choose where is that inventory being deducted from. If this is coming directly from a supplier, there's obviously nothing to deduct, so I would just reconcile it. It's not going to connect this to a purchase order or a work order. It's just going to send it right into Amazon. Once that FBA shipment gets checked into Amazon, it will be reconciled. We'll expect it on its way, no problem. So that's kind of an overview of FBA reconciling of shipments. Watch the deep dive video for more step-by-step details on how to go through the process.